Welcome to the spot. It's time to ignite. Oh yeah. Operation Hangout. The feeling's just right. Chilling with the crew. We're ready to groove. Opinions flying high. Come on, let's move. Woo. Hang out all night long, all night. Laughing and debating, playing our song. Oh yeah. Share your thoughts, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Operation Hangout, let's reach for the sky. Let's fly. Pull up a chair, let's get in the zone. Voices blending smooth like a funky trombone. Oh yeah. Topics from the heart, making us think. With a twist and a shout, raise up your drink. Cheers. Hang out all night long, all night. Laughing and debating, playing our song. Oh yeah. Share your thoughts, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Operation Hangout, let's reach for the sky. Let's fly. Bring it down, shake it up, feel the beat. With every word we share, the circle's complete. Woo. Living loud, think it proud, that's what we do. Oh yeah. Join the club, come on through, we're waiting for you. Alright. Hang out all night long, all night. Laughing and debating, playing our song. Oh yeah. Share your thoughts, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Operation Hangout, let's reach for the sky. Let's fly. Hang out.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Spartan SU Network in the show of shows, Operation Hangout. Of course, I am your host, Ghost of Sparta, aka Peter. So, what is going on, everybody? Tonight we have a show of a show. This is something that I grew up on long time ago. Of the Spartan. Oh, that was weird, but anyway, I grew up on this show back in Greece. Believe it or not, is a show I personally think evolutionize anime, evolutionize cartoons, evolutionize pop culture. Of course, I'm talking about Robotech. Robotech is one of those shows that comes once in a lifetime. What is going on, Mariana? Welcome. The reason I say that, this is the first time we had a show that not only had mecha in there, mobile suits, but transforming mecha in American culture too, Greek culture, European, everywhere. But if you fast forward to today, a lot of things are evolutionized from that. Great example, Gundam. Wait, before you start bashing me in the chat, says, hear me out, hear me out. You had Robotech that was a Jetfire plane transforms into a mobile suit. Okay. What does that sound familiar to you guys? Gundam Wing. The Wing Gundam was stealth mode, was a Jetfire plane, I guess you want to call it. It was a plane form. Bird mode, they called it. And transformed into a mobile suit. I remember watching this, and this was one of my favorite shows back in the day. It was different. It was unique. It was special. And this is the one that we always watched. I remember getting up, watching, the channel was called Junior TV back in Greece. Obviously, with Junior TV, you only had cartoons. All these cartoons were all from the 80s and 90s. Actually, I can't say 90s because I was during the 90s, 80s and 70s. For example, we had Robotech, Saber Riders. Oh man, what else? We had Voltron, Thundercats, and so on. Sorry about that, guys. I fixed my headphones for a second. But it was a Robotech was one that you had to watch to be in it. But here's where I had an issue with Robotech. And hey, what's going on, Eric? Hope you're a fan of Robotech. Let's see how much you know. Um, Here's my issue with Robotech. It was a great show. I think they did a lot of things right. They did a few things wrong. I like every show, but it caught people's eyes. But what it did not caught was mainstream media. What do I mean by that? When I was growing up, it was all over the TV and so on. I remember when the DVDs came out, I ran and bought the whole set, loved it. But as a kid, I didn't know it was a season 2. Season 2 was horrible. Season 3 was a lot better, but season 1 was the best one. But they did a lot of offsprings, but those never pick up. And that's a conversation we're going to have tonight. Why did the world didn't pick up? For Japan's culture, Robotech is not called Robotech. It's called Macross, a series, I think. Something like that. Wait for Dave to jump in. He knows more. He's my anime guy. Obviously, that's why he has the anime show on the channel. And they will diagnose this a lot more deeply than we will. But the Robotech was different. All right, so let's see what the first comment from Eric says. It's been years, but I am overdue for a rewatch of the Mag, as well as the Escalloped Form series. It was a great series. The first time we actually had a series that was based off alien species, but they were not actually aliens. They were also humanoids. Giant ass fucking humanoids. That's the other thing. And your keyboard's acting up. Don't worry about it, man. Shit happens. But that what made it special and different. Unique. Great. Awesome. And that's what the series made it iconic. But again, it did not pick up in the Western audience as much. The series, I'm still amazed. Only maybe one or two, maybe three tops of American. I don't remember that American dub. It came to the States. It makes you wonder what made us not like it as much. They loved it as much. I'm not saying it's a top series, over there in Japan, like Gundam, Gundam and Dragon Ball Z, and I believe Pokemon is the third. Between Gundam and Gundam and Dragon Ball. Those are the top most favorite series out there. And that makes you think. We suck that up to the point we still cannot have enough. Like Gundam. I'm sorry. Yeah, Gundam. Gundam has multiple series. For example, Gundam OG, Gundam Double 80, Gundam Double 83. What else was after that? Oh, I miss Gundam MS 18. You guys get the idea. Then he had Char's Counterattack. Then you have Unicorn, and so on. That's only in one universe. Then you have the other universe, like trying to think what was that called. Oh, I missed Zeta, Double Zeta. That was the same universe. That's what 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think when I was 6. Don't count. We're not even counting the movies, and they're still making shows. Netflix, for a great example, came out with Gundam Thunderbolt, I think was it, and that is a same universe. Then you have Gundam Double O, Gundam Wing, Z, Zeta Gundam. No, C Gundam. I'm sorry. Then you have Gundam X, Gundam Double X, and those are only the top one, the best ones. Only half of those have come to the states that has been subbed, but Macross has not even a quarter of it has come. Only maybe 1 or 2% of it, and that is an issue. I'm like trying to wrap my head around. Not like an issue where like we have to go politics or something like that. Why has it not come to the states? All these, and I have looked it up. I have done a bunch of Google searches and all this stuff, and I have not seen anything. And that makes me surprised. And there is a bunch of what was it called model kits out there, collectibles. It makes you think again. Why hasn't it been more popular? I keep repeating myself, and I cannot wrap my head around it. And that is part of the problem, I think. And I'm trying to think of it. Let's see what Eric had to say. I recall it doing quite well over here. Peter, you had action figures, uh, paperback novels, comic books, and tabletop RPG buildables by playing games. And that's my point, Eric. It was very popular when it first came out. And I believe, if my memory shoots me right, 1980, I think it came out in the States. I might be wrong on that. And that is something I've been trying to figure that out. We have a comment right here saying doing very well. But what happened to everything else? That is one thing I'm trying to figure out still. And if you type in Macross movies, for example, here in YouTube, usually there's a lot of things in there you can watch, and half of it is not even in English. 1, 2, it's only like parts of it here and there. And here, let me see this.
Squadron.
This is a shadow of the cloak. That's one of them here. Can't show it because I'm going to get copy striked, unfortunately. Trying to think what else here. Yeah, if I type in, okay, series. Here's another better example. Series, but boom, and again, it's not a lot on here, and that is very surprising, to be honest with you guys. Robotech was one of those series that evolutionized anime to this day. If you disagree, please tell me in the comments. If you disagree why Robotech did not evolutionize, evol- damn it, involved, that's even a better word, it involved cartoons to where we know. You had their battle station, FDS 1, was technically an alien ship that transformed into a battle mode, I guess we can call it, humongous mecha. I'm like, the fucking thing was humongous. And again, we still didn't get anything. Eric said it right here. You had action figures, paperbacks, novels, comic books. It makes no sense why it did not evolve more. Why didn't it come in? Maybe it was royalty rights. Maybe it was them saying we are not, we don't think it's worth a time and effort. Or is it something that they think they know better? And here's my issue with all these anime companies, pop culture companies, movie companies, series companies. Disney Plus is a great example. They think they know what we want. Do you really think you know what you want? Excuse me, and rephrase that. Do you really think you know better than us, the consumer, the people who actually watch it? No, you don't. Because if you did, we would be having this conversation at this moment. You will be having a different conversation. And Eric says in 1986, uh, Saber Saber Blaze Graphic published Robotech Art 1, a reference book considered artwork, Japanese product design, and episodes guided from the original television. And you're right. Um, that's from Wikipedia. I remember the artwork well. So let's diagnose this comment from Eric for a second. So you have the artwork, you have the publication, you have episode guide, and it isn't. You have little tools giving you on a silver fucking platter, and guess what? You dropped the ball once again, telling us what to watch, and that is my biggest issue with any company out there. I'm a kind of person. It is if it's shit, it's shit. It's good, it's good. It's simple. If it's mediocre, I tell you it's mediocre. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because, hey, but oh my god, that is so fucking good. I'll give you a great example. I'll use a different anime, for example. For the longest time, when I was a kid, I did not want to watch Pokemon. I thought it was stupid. Straight up, I thought it was stupid. So I finally, broken peer pressure. Say, you know what? I'm gonna watch it, see what is so special about this, and I did, and I did enjoy it. But they felt by dragging on his age for years on years, for being 14, 12, 7, whatever he is, for years and years and years and years, and that we're going to continue watching it. That's where they were fucking wrong. us hardcore fans got to the point like, is he ever gonna grow the fuck up? Same thing with Pokemon cards. We were so crazy buying Pokemon cards. Everybody. Doesn't matter who you were, how you were, or anything. But you really wanted to buy those cards. You wanted the holographic Charizard. You wanted the holographic Mewtwo. You wanted to get the card from the movie. That's why you wanted to go see the movie so bad to get the card to the point they were sold out. But it will get to the point there were so many out there, and guess what happened? They weren't worth shit at a point. Even the paper. But all of a sudden, now it's in trend again, and you cannot hang on to them if you wanted to. You had to get rid of them fast as possible because you're making money now. And that's the other thing. Money. What makes money worth it so much? That is one of those things like we would never know. Because as much as we like something, we don't know if it's going to sell. We don't know if it's going to make money. My favorite anime series, Technoman. I love Technoman for death. But that series never grabbed people's attention. But Robotech did. That's the part I don't understand. If I asked you guys, do you anybody remember Technoman or Tekkaman Blade? The answer is going to be no. Not a lot of people know about it. And that's fine. It's just one of those unique series that you grew up on or you didn't, kind of thing. I wonder where my guys are. Let's pop their heads, see if they're coming. Let me throw some texts out there. It looks like they are probably slacking tonight. Where are you? Here's one. Okay, Eric, you do. I assume you were saying you remember Technoman and all this stuff. And that's the thing. You're a hardcore fan. Not everybody's a hardcore fan like that. And that is one of those things like you love it or you hate it. There's no in the middle. Technoman is one of those. Same thing with Robotech. And Robotech was a awesome series. Now, the question you all want to ask yourselves is how what was the how can I put this? The inspiration behind it. What made them think of doing this? F was it F-14? Yeah, F-14 transformer airplane, jet plane, excuse me, jet plane, jet fire plane. Yeah, jet fire plane into a real life show. That is the question we have. The question is, how often do we see shows like that? We don't. That is the problem sometimes. We have some great shows that never launched. Question for all of you. Do you guys think Robotech influenced the Western anime series? And that was moment didn't exist at the time. I think yes, it did. Did it play a different role if it never came out? I'll say yes. The difference between sagas. Why are we still not having anything? Again, maybe because they are not pushing out as much as they need to, or I don't say forcing, because I know Robotech is pretty big over there in Japan, to the point like you have Gundam statues and Robotech statues. Actually, statues that's transformed from jet plane to guardian mode to battle mode, and that's aka what's called it shit. What is it called? trying to think my name. Macross, not Macross. Mecha, mecha, mobile suit, whatever. You get the idea. And they had some iconic memories of it, like using the song to defeat the alien species, or Rick and I believe Lisa was her name, having their first kiss in front of the aliens, and that grossed them out. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? The storyline, the theme of war, love, sacrifice throughout the story. And yeah, we always had that in movies and shows, but not to the point. They did it with a different twist. I had a weird off and on relationship with one girl. Then he met the other girl. But she didn't know he existed. It was back and forth. The first, the first major space opera sci-fi saga I was influenced to provide to Robotech was Space Battle Yamato slash Spaz Blaze. Um, I don't know that for a fact. I do not know that for a fact because I'm not positive. Okay, you're talking pre Robotech. Again, I'm not positive. I cannot speak on something that I am not 100% sure or know about. I don't want to put out the wrong information out there. Are you right? Yeah, probably. You usually are right about this stuff. But how did it influence? That is a question I got for you. If you're stating right now in the comments this influence Robotech, please explain to me how did it influence Robotech. I'm just very curious to see your side of this, your mentality behind this. Um, as I was saying, off and on with the girls. The first time we had something like that, in at least in anime, we had stories like that, and one of the questions is, what was the biggest key difference between Robotech, the OG, and the original in Japan that actually went launched to a different continent and it picked up so well? Transforming vehicles was a hit back then. Let's be honest. We had Transformers. We had Robotech. Trying to think what else we had. We had a few other ones, but in the early '80s, late '80s, even in the '90s, Transformers was like anything Transformer was your shit. If it transformed, kids ate it up. If they can put it together, I want to say no, that's not the right word I'm looking for. Assemble it, yeah, assemble it in a certain way, kids will eat it up, and that was a thing that we always made money. A lot of companies knew that. That's why you had what's called it Transformers. Then you had Robotech, like I said, Voltron. Then later on, you had Power Rangers assembling. First there were dinosaurs. Then it transformed into a battle mode, like a tank. Then it went into a massive robot. Transformers again. Anything with Transformer, kids usually eat the shit out of that. Please prove me wrong if you think I'm wrong. I'm very curious. If anybody doesn't believe thinks excuse me, if anybody thinks I'm wrong, please, I'd like to hear this. Oh, you finally popped this little weasel head. Let's get this guy in here. Little big ugly Groot. You're late. What's going on, my man? How are you tonight?
I was a nappy. I woke up a little late. Sorry. I just going to it. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, for being late. How you guys doing? Sorry, the big black heart didn't come in on time.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
I love that button. All right, David, because I got to walk away for 2 minutes, I'm gonna give you the floor. I want your opinion about Robotech.
Robotech, Robotech, Robotech. If one you want to deal with iconic franchise that put the mecha branch on the anime industry out here in the US. That's for one. So Robotech started back in 1985. But what's weird about it, they called it the Macross saga. That's like about 36 episodes based on the Super Dimension Fortress Macross, right? Centered around the SDF-1 Macross, later powerful ship that transformed into a human, but it's a mass. Then we have a couple of animated after saga that went from 37 episodes to 36 episodes, 37 to 36, right? Then we had the new generation, which is from episodes 61 to 85. You had a movie that came out in 1986. There was a sequel that came out in 1987. It goes on. I'll tell you this, guys. Macross is one of the biggest things that's out there. Because of Robotech, you have Macross, then there was a branch that came out of that one. Then around the time this was going on, right? Gundam was all being built out already. But it didn't come here until afterward. We did an episode about the Gundam franchise, but based on the whole thing. We'll do later one different episode based on different branches of that particular Gundam series. But while Gundam was being known in Japan, Robotech came out here early, opened the door for Gundam to be recognized more. So I will tell you this though, Robotech is a cool ass anime. It gives you a lot of content about the mech industry, how it came about, how it may be looking, and there's a lot of anime that give reference to Robotech. I'm not gonna lie, Robotech was a cool ass anime. Imagine a fighter jet plane that could transfer to a humanoid machinery or an interesting part about it is that get your mech. It is a unique class in anime. I think that's an anime I would say if you want to bring it back, do the remaster, upgrade it, whereby it's 4K, upgrade it to, make sure the graphic is much better, awesome look because that need to be celebrated. Hi Eric, how you doing? Uh man, we could have done this episode on our show where we could have did a
No, shut the fuck
presentation,
up.
we did a whole lot of things.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
So you're going to do this. We're not diagnosed to show. That's your job, not mine. But my question
Oh,
is, why do you think it never picked up like it should have, like Gundam, for example, in the Western audience?
that is a good question. I'm guessing because of the timeline where it got aired up. Because when it came to air, it came on local TV out here in the US before it went to the cable. But I don't think people knew the magnitude of how Robotech is. Now remember what I mentioned. They Robotech are based on the thing called Macross. It was
That's actually what
Macross
it's
part of
originally called in Japan.
Bingo. But the anime Macross, which is actually Robotech, it ended up doing more later on, which is it's crazy though because you have the Robotech sequel spinoff that came out in 1987. The Robotech Shadow Chronicle came out in 2006. Robotech Live Alive 2013. But that was just it, right? Now, let me ask my good partner, the complete rundown of Macross. You'll be surprised what you'll see will be completely different. And it's like you will see movies, you see anime that came out later on. Could I run down what when I put a complete rundown on Marco, be that the original name, right?
Hmm.
They mentioned the Unit Robotech series 1985, which is actually Marcos, which is correct. Robotech the movie 1986, spin-off 1987, Robotech the 2006, like they said, then 2013. Then as you go down, they I compare both documentations. The Super Dimension Marco is 1982 to 1983. They mentioned. Do you remember Love with 1984, the name of the movie? Marquette Plus is 1994 to 1995, which is crazy. Marquette 7, another anime from 1994 to 1995. Marquette Zero, 2002 to 2004. You got Marquette Frontier, 2008 to 2009. Marquette Delta, 2016 to
All right, hang on,
2017.
David, because Eric just put a comment in there. He's confused. What am I reference to? Do you want to take that?
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned this one, Eric. When I normally when we do these anime shows, we try to do our research on it. And the name Robotech, right, is what America call it. That's what the American translation of the original anime called Macross. Macross was the actual original name, not Robotech. That was the confusion come to play. Because even though I used my trusted ChatGPT to do the rundown for me, they broke it down what the confusion was. Macross was actually Robotech, Robotech is actually Macross. But the name Robotech did not go too well. You know how America Tech take Voltron before with Voltron we call what? Go Line, right? We had this conversation before. Sometimes American branding do actually stick like it should, and sometimes it don't. Like Gotcha Man. What's an American name for that one? I forgot what we call it.
G-Force.
G Force. Yeah, there you go. Some American translation or American naming may do well in the marketing aspect of things. Sometimes it don't. This one, for some reason, Robotech did not go further with that. Even though Robotech is considered to be Macross, because the Macross franchise later went further to the 2000s, which is ridiculous. When I tell you ridiculous, it's ridiculous. Like, here's the thing. I had to tell you with Macross versus Robotech, the key difference. Macross is a Japanese series with sequel. Robotech is American re-edit of Macross, Southern Cross, and some other MOSPEADA. And single, which is single, the continuity, they stay with it. They don't switch up around. They stick with the storyline. The American version, there was a different show stitched into one timeline. That was different show here and there. The core element of the story on Macross stayed original. Robotech, it did not. There are many official sequels for Macross, but not many for Robotech. That's the thing. I think we might have to do this on our show and give more,
You're
do
gonna
more.
break. You're going to in a couple weeks. You're gonna break it down. I'm gonna schedule that
Yeah,
soon.
because
But
this is
it
I'm glad you brought it to my attention because even I myself, oh my God, confused when I had to watch as a kid until later on that I had to realize, ain't that not the same thing? And then
according to the universe, it says they're the same, but they're different. Robotech is their own series. Macross is their own series. They're not. If you literally, let me see if I can pull it up. Because it says, okay, so I'm gonna share my screen really fast. It's according to this. And it says no, it's not. And I'm right here. It says no, Macross and Robotech are not the same.
okay,
Thor Robotech is a heavy
edit it,
edit of reimagined version of an anime series Super Dimension Force Macross.
bingo,
Right there in the word. And two other anime series, Super Dimension Force Solution Calls and Gurjana Grim. So anyway, long story short, yes, it is. Yes, it's not the same, and no, it is. Am I saying that right? Yes, it is. And no,
yeah, yeah.
you
That's the
get my point.
confusing. That's the confusing part about it. It just this is why I say sometimes America needs to be careful when they do these things. They're taking a franchise, and later on, as the year pass by, they learn their lesson. You know that they don't come change the name no more. They call it as it is when they bring it over here to the U.S. But during the early '80s, early '90s, oh, they were renaming a lot of animes. They were working in their favor. Later down the line, it was not working anymore. 'Cause like right now, for the past decade and a half, every anime that came out, it stick to original name. You don't chop it up. They don't re-edit it. They say this is exactly what it is. And they learn when you keep the original name because people now learn how to research because you have a thing called the internet now. The internet came out during the late '90s, 2000, right?
Hmm.
Ever since then, people can research things and start to find out if you are bullshitting them. So thanks to the internet, it forced these media companies in the US not to rename certain anime no more. Keep it for what it is. Because that was the confusing thing about Macross and Robotech. It's almost the same, but still naming it throw people off. Robotech is iconic, yes. It did pave the way. But the original owner of the franchise said we're not going to continue the name Robotech, we'll call it Macross for what it is. And they got so many spin-off of the Macross franchise that go straight to the 2000s. And I watched some of the end like Macross Delta, cool anime from 2016, 2017. And they're trying to do another one later on. So you can imagine they're still producing more anime from the Macross side of things, but not from the Robotech of things.
So I know
Uh,
you were snoozing earlier, but what my open thoughts were there are some animes in Japan that are evolutionized, they're iconic, they're pop culture.
Big O.
Gundam, Gundam,
I men- I
Dragon
mentioned
Ball
Gundam.
Z.
I'm no, no. On the mecha side, you have Gundam.
No. Hang on. I'm not talking about mecha. I'm talking about in general in anime.
Okay.
You got Gundam, you got Robotech, you got Pokemon. Then in that mix somewhere, you have Robotech. They actually have real statues that transform into the plane. Okay, I can't do it like that, but you get the idea.
I
You,
know.
you literally can do it, and I think, and this is my take on it. Robotech was out before, way before Gundam Wing came out. I think Wing came out in 1995. I think in Japan.
Hmm.
What?
Now,
Hang on. Let me
okay.
finish. You got the floor. Wing Gundam. It has a bird mode or a jet mode, whatever you want to call it. It transforms into a mecha. What anime does that? Let me. Oh yeah, that's Robotech. Now you can have the floor.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's why I want to stick to the theme of the show, Robotech, with the introduction to mecha anime, right? So I want people to understand this. This anime came here in the US in around 1984, 1985, right? Way early. There's a lot of mecha anime that was existing in Japan. For example, Mobile Suit Gundam started in 1979 to now. Macross started around 1982 to now, even though that is part of Robotech, right? We got Code Geass that came in 2006 to 2008. You got 86, which is from 2021. Then you got Pot Labor. Pot Labor was another cool anime that came out in 1989 to 1993, right? We had Gurren Lagann 2007, another pop culture classic. Neo Genesis Evangelion. That was almost like a dark-like kind of anime that came out in 1995 to 1996. Mazinger Z 1972 and Get a Robot 1974. Crazy, right?
Isn't me or
Um,
Japan's culture is
is
fascinated
deep.
with robots?
What? Gunbuster 1988, Diebuster 2004, Gao Gai Ga 1997, Big O 1999 to 2003, Night of Sensadidia 2014 to 2015.
You know, it's
But
funny. Big O, I was never a fan of that show.
you know what I was a fan?
Yeah, I watched. I didn't really. I didn't get into it like that.
No, it was interesting, but what would throw me off? They were playing them so acting like they're not in a universe. They're in some kind of weird sort of like the universe is now within the stage. I was like, okay, now you confused the F out. That was slick about them. Dolly in the Frame 2018, Planning with 2018, Eureka 7.
All right, we get the idea. Get to the point.
So what I'm trying to say, without Robotech open the door for mecha anime to be existing in America, all these ones that came out here wouldn't have hit it off. You ever notice the first one who break through open the door for everyone else to make it in? Just like the NBA people talk about, I saw the beef. It went back again between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. I'm like, oh Lord. I hope you don't have that type of beef on the anime side of things, is what I'm saying. But this is where people forget the history and pay homage to those who paved the way for other. Anime don't do that. They respect those who open the door for them and give homage to them based on what they create. So Robotech is iconic for making the door for Gundam to be popular out here. Even though Gundam been out there since the 70s, but it wasn't out here over here.
And you come here to about what? Early 2000s, I want to say.
19, 1995, I believe.
Really, you think so? I thought it was Wing was the first one.
Look it up. No, we did that tomorrow. Hold on. Let me go back to my past note.
As you're doing that, as you're checking your notes, here's the thing. Back then, '84, Transformers came out. '85, Robotech came out. What's one thing both have in common?
Hold on. let me now. Let me see. I'm walking to my door right now. Mobutu. Let me see. They say Mobutu Gundam came here. It started in 1939, and I'm trying to find the exact day Mobutu Gundam winged. Yeah, it came in 1995. I was correct. Mobutu Gundam wing came here 1995, 1996. This the first major Gundam hit in the West.
Because I didn't catch it to it went on Toonami in early 2000s.
Nami, the first thing you saw in Toonami was Mobutu Gundam wing that came in
It wasn't
1995,
one of the first
1996.
things, but it was one of the first things that I caught my eye on it. But
Pretty
I
much.
want before we move too forward with this conversation, is 84 Transformers came out, 85 Robotech came out. What's one thing they both have in common? Kids sucked it up like fucking crack cocaine.
Cause robot.
Oh, I'm sorry?
But they both look like robot to them.
Transformers. That's what I was looking for.
Transformer hit them up first. They
Yeah, no,
went
no, no. I'm
big.
not saying that. I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying, both of them, the toys transformed
Hmm.
into whatever,
Yeah.
a car, a semi, a uh, beetle, a
Between
jet
two of them,
plane, and
between
so on.
both of them, Transformer was a bigger hit than Robotech. Because the Robotech, you only transformed to a fighter jet plane kind of look, and that was
No,
it.
first it was a jet plane, a F-14 actually, if you want to be exact. Then it went a guardian mode, was half plane, half robot. Then it was a battle mode, that was the robot mode or mecha mode.
Which is safe to say you're correct, but still, it stayed within its realm of what it's supposed to look. Either it was a jet fighter look or with a battle fortress to form that was available. You know, you got different mode, but as for Transformer, there was a variety. You transform to a truck, an 18 wheeler. You transform to a Volkswagen Beetle. You transform to a sport car. You transform to a Jeep. You transform to a tank. Megatron, you transform into a gun. Hello.
So it was a tank at one point too.
No, originally he wouldn't be a tank, but when they started on the series here, he transformed to a gun first.
Okay,
Then
I'm
he
not wrong
transformed to
there.
a tank. Then you transfer to a jet fighter plane. You transform to a spaceship. You transfer to a. Imagine you have a robot that transforms from a train into a spaceship. Hello. Then you combine to form a big bot. Transformer had a lot for the kid to hire. The correction, ladies and gentlemen, I'll confess here. Transformer was the ultimate highway robbery, where they trained the kid to force the parent to empty their pocket to buy any cool toy from the Transformer lineup. But there was so many selections to get. So in other words, that's how they made their bread off the kids. If you were to pan back in the '80s and your kid loved to transform with a hot big ass thing, and every kid talk about it in school, and you hear it, oh, mom, dad, I want a transformer, I want a transformer. Man, I want the car version. No, no, no. I want the jet version. No, I want the train version. No, 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 no. I want the spaceship version. No, I want the one that turned to a gun.
It's funny you say that because I was always fan of the jet plane one. I was always fascinated with jet planes. F-14, Top Gun was my favorite movie. I
Okay,
always loved jet planes. Even to this now, I'm still fascinated with them.
but
And
but you get
I
my
think that's
point though.
yeah, that's why I think Robotech caught my eye because I was such a geek. Comes to I was a geek
Mm.
in the military, no matter what. But give me a jet plane, a jet fire plane on top of that
And
that
that would be
shoots, that
oh
transforms.
that would be the thing.
You just got shoot me up, David. Come on,
That
David.
would that
Put
would
one
be
in
the
me.
thing. That would be the thing. But the thing that was sad about it, Robotech did not have that heat. It's like saying they were supposed to win that battle between Transformer or Transformer and say, no, 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 no. You don't got a lot of selection. You only got a few selection. We gonna take over this one right here. You know the anime was great, but there was so much of variation popping off on Transformer side of things that later on that franchise didn't go further. Remember that I say it's all about the marketing, right? How you market an anime, and you know I talked about it before. It's everything based on toy sales. So tell me, since you know you were about the '80s, what toy sale did well during that time, during the '80s? Robotech or Transformer?
Oh, Transformers aren't a heartbeat.
And you know
I
that
don't need to look it up
if
either.
if you go to a store, how much feet of toy line that Transformer took over to the toy store back then?
David. When this came out, I was still in my dad's nutsacks. I remember that. So I don't remember that far back. So I had assumed, let's say Toys R Us in New York
Mhm.
was humongous. Let's be honest. Yes, we are that old. Just saying.
And see, highlight every comment. This last one. This is funny. There wasn't anywhere you couldn't go without finding keyword anywhere. From Toy R Us to the flea market to five and dime store.
He's right, David. Let's be straight up
Yo,
here.
Transformer was bullying every other toy set that came out during the '80s.
But
What the,
you know what's the difference about Transformers and Robotech? Transformers to this day survived. Again, that's the question I keep asking, and I still can't wrap my head around it. Why didn't it? It's such a good series.
it's how it was marketed. It's just like let's pause for a second. Between Windows, Android, and iPhone, who capitalized on marketing heavy?
When iPhones
Bingo. Why was it?
easy to use,
Not only EDU, the
it's
amount of
cool.
money, not that the amount of money invested in marketing. They put a huge chunk of money to flood the airway, to flood your newspaper, your magazine.
I don't think that's the only reason because you see all these celebrities carrying an iPhone and everything. And I literally just had this conversation the last couple of days with somebody. iPhones have stopped being evolutionary. Yes, where is it? Oh, here it is. I have an iPhone too. So I am a hypocrite with saying this. I used to be an Android user. I'm going back to Android as soon as I can because I'm done with their shit. So, hang on, David.
I hanging on just laughing when you said
Oh, because I'm a hypocrite?
no. How you just put it out there before everybody tell me hypocrite, I'm just calling 'cause I have one, so I'm just being. No, you have to give that access. I don't know the word I'm looking for. You have to be crystal clear and put a level of clarity because you're not just saying that because you actually have the phone yourself and you see it for yourself. Because remember, I went on YouTube and hunt for video for people who used to have an iPhone and transform to Android and see why they say that. They say the same exact thing and they find it strange.
At least 95% you would say the same thing. But hang on, David. Let me finish
Go
my
ahead.
statement first. And I'll let you go. I'll let you have your little CBN tech talk moment because I know you're warming up here. Don't look at me like that. David, pause. We're not going there tonight. You're creeping me the fuck out, asshole. So, so after okay, iPhone 1 through 4, not too much change, but it was evolutionizing little bit by little bit. 4 to 10, again, evolutionized. I think where was it 10 around 10 Steve Jobs died around there, right?
I believe, yeah.
From 10 and up to 16. I have a 15. There hasn't been any changes, ladies and gentlemen. They did it to iOS 18, nothing special. Series intelligence, nothing special. So here's my thing. They're playing us like they're jerking us. They're literally taking our cock and stroking it, and David's watching at the same time and getting busted in his face. So, I tell you what. The first, okay, so this is my background in iPhones. I had the OG, great phone. I had the 4, one of the worst ones, and I had Note. I had every note up to the 10. Then I got tired of the shit. I think I was Android burned out. I think, and I went to 12. Loved it. I said, you know what? Let me go to 15. I had it for 3 years. Fuck it. The phone was paid off. I got it. Didn't see any difference. The only difference is you have a 15 on it now. Let me ask a question, Dave. I put a 15 and a 12 next to each other. Can you see the difference from naked eye? Can you see a difference between a Ultra 20, was it 2012? 20, I'm sorry, no, 2020 versus 2025? The buy is different, but they do different. They upgrade the tech stuff all the time inside of it. iPhone does too, but very small. They have a little button on it now, but iPhone, Android's had those for years. There's no evolution to it anymore. I don't know if we hit a peak on smartphones, or is Apple just fucking us in the ass so hard with no Vaseline? All right, the floor is yours. I'm gonna actually blow you up because I know you have some venting to do.
Before I take over, that part where you say, "Ooh, no Vaseline." God damn. Sound
David,
like
am I wrong what I'm saying? First of all, before you
no,
open
you're
your
not.
shit, let me ask
You're not wrong. That you think that worked then, did he?
yo, you're kind of right.
iPhone was saying, "Take that, take that, take that, take that," and everybody was taking it.
No, it's more a Vince McMahon kind of thing with the iPhone.
Oh shit! Join the Kit My Air Club. That's so many ass kits, and no wonder iPhone got make so much money off a lot of people. Now, let me put it like this: now, there was a huge battle between iPhone and the Android phone, right? Around before 2014, when the Android phone got bigger, I'm sure everybody was making fun of Android. Oh, next you know the Android phone is as big as the TV. I'm gonna tell you why I had that. I was going to a particular church in Queens, and I have a bunch of iPhone idiots who are trying to play me for a phone. Like, look how big your phone is, man. It's almost like a big TV. What's next? And they throw a meme at me. They throw a picture of me having a big ass TV that's my new phone. Like, oh, that's just funny, right? Okay, fine. Then 2024, the iPhone 66 Plus, bigger screen. And I was like, oh, no, you didn't. So when they bought the iPhone 6, I roast their candy ass to left and right. I thought, no, 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 no. Do me a favor. Go back to the smaller phone. Go back to the iPhone 5S and 5C. You stay there. You are running your good for nothing mouth. Talk about we Android phone user with big screen. But the problem is, y'all were feeling kind of way when you see us on the subway system, able to enjoy our video in a nice viewable screen compared to your ice cream bar mini screen. With stick to your mini screen. Stop bullshitting. It's not what there's no evolution. They realize the market was walking away from them and they don't make that change. So technically, they were forced to make a bigger iPhone, which is kind of ironic. They went from the iPhone 6 all the way down to the iPhone 11, so to speak. Incrementation of different changes here and there. Wasn't too much changing, but the body was still looking the same. The one thing I remember, shout out to Unbox Therapy. That is one of the biggest tech YouTuber channel on YouTube. The guy who run that show, used to have a phone shop, and he noticed something was different from the iPhone. They changed the material when they were using to build the iPhone. Then that way you had a thing called Bangate. The original material they used the iPhone before, you could never bend that phone. No matter what happened, even though you buck call somebody, it was never gonna bend. It's when they changed the material that started to bend that the guy picked up on it and he tested. Because people that work in phone shop that fix phone back then, they have things they can check to see if the material have been changed or not. And the guy called it out. And Apple was trying to sue this guy until it went straight to the Supreme Court, which is ironically crazy. I don't think everybody knows this, but Unbox Therapy was the one who won the lawsuit from the Supreme Court because Apple was forced to admit it that they changed the material that was using on their phone. And when everybody over the web realized it, that Unbox Therapy was actually telling the truth, and they won that lawsuit from the Supreme Court of the United States, Unbox Therapy shoot to the roof with so much subscribers, so much views. They became the number one stay in the tech industry. So when they're reviewing phones, laptop, gadget, they give their objective opinion is something wrong about it. At first, because there was a time I Apple were beefing with Unbox Therapy because when they were shitting on their phone saying, you could do better than this, you could do better than this. And they got to one point they weren't doing no review of iPhone. They didn't really care. But iPhone want their review and need their review because you know why? Whenever this particular person from Unbox Therapy do a review on smartphone, a lot of customers pay attention to it. And when he wasn't reviewing the iPhone for a while, it was hurting them bad. They had to what's the term we call it? Oh yeah, break bread, give an olive branch. Like we are sorry. Can you review our phone, please? Because we need your word, we need your faith on this, so that people can say that yeah, you test our phone out because it seems you like the people champ. So not just only Unbox Therapy were climbing up there. There's other YouTubers who do review, but they was number one, big time, very objective because they had a nice setup in Canada, and they was when they were comparing phones, they were comparing phones. They're doing all the other stuff. Some phone reviewer were doing the look, the feel, drop test. Some don't. Some do the crack down. They take it apart to see how it look, if it's fixable or not fixable, kind of thing. So that's the era of the tech industry right now. But iPhone, I hate to say it, it was never was revolutionary. There was no innovation in iPhone. Because iPhone was competing with the Google Nexus. Anybody remember the Google Nexus? Yeah, that was their opponent.
I do because I own one. That goddamn thing was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but over the period, the thing about the Nexus, it was never made by the same company. There were different companies were given a project to make the Google phone, and it was up to them to bring the best one out there at the time. But here what's funny about it: the Google Nexus ended up being the Google Pixel. That's the evolution of the Nexus. So Google went from Google Nexus all the way straight to Google Pixel, and Google Pixel right now is it's a stay. There's no more Google Nexus again. There's never going to be another Google Nexus. Because Google was trying to build a pure Android base with no bloatware on there. And that's how they got to Necmon Pixel. Now that you have Pixel and everything else, Pixel doing very, very great. And they're keeping up. They're more like the budget phone compared to the two juggernaut Samsung and iPhone. But once again, iPhone is a scam, technically speaking, because first and foremost, every sort of technology you have on an iPhone was done almost a year or two ago. Nothing new. The airdrop or when you can tap your phone to pay for something, that is Samsung technology. You have to pay for that license. So whenever you use your Apple Pay, you're actually saying thank you to Samsung Pay. Apple couldn't figure out that technology. They had to go to Samsung to get commission from for that technology. That's the thing. So it's kind of that way because if you look at it, this is what I was trying to point out on the marketing side of things. There was no revolution. There was no great technology behind it. But the same thing applied to what happened to Robotech. Robotech, even though the American took the license of Marco and labeled it Robotech, they didn't do well with it. They didn't go far with it because Marcos had a manga. Ladies and gentlemen, we had this first episode on our show. between cartoon and anime. A lot of the great anime have a source research to go from. That may either come from a manga, big, which is like Japanese for comic books, or a different storyline or a game system. But they would Marco had its own manga, and they were the continuation to that franchise and that storyline. Robotech, they even tried the Robotech comic book, if I recall, but it didn't go too well. When you're not being innovative about something, it falls out. Somehow, iPhone have been surviving. Maybe it's still to the Robotech kind of thing, but there was no great technology behind it at all. Not a goddamn thing, because we might have to do a tech series, which I don't know if they're gonna let me do a tech show on this platform. If they do, I will have to do a breakdown. We have this conversation left and right. We're gonna be needed. But a lot to point out. There's a lot. So imagine you keep buying this brand from 2020 to now, and your phone have not changed a bit to the design or the look whatsoever. Or doing implementation. When I say implementation, I go read it out for you guys so you see what I'm talking about. From 2007, the first gen iPhone 3G introduced the App Store. iPhone 3GS, faster performance, 2009. iPhone 4, 2010, Retina display. iPhone 4S, Siri introduced. iPhone 5, first Lightning port, taller screen. Taller, but wasn't that big enough. iPhone 5S, 5C, Touch ID, colorful plastic option. Then with iPhone 6, they come to copy Android, bigger screen. iPhone 6S, 6S Plus, 3D touch, improved camera. iPhone SE, compact form factor with flagship spec. They're trying to let me give you a compact version. It's still no different. iPhone 7, 7 Plus, no headphone jack, dual camera on the plus. iPhone 8 Plus, wireless charger. Who had wireless charger before iPhone? Android. Okay, shall I go on? iPhone X, OLED display, Face ID, no home button. Okay. iPhone XR, XZ, XS Max, which is bigger phone again. Improved battery, dual SIM. Okay. iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, night mode, triple camera. Okay. iPhone 12, 12 mini, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, 5G, Max Safe. iPhone 13, Wear Pro Motion, 120 Hertz. Android had it before iPhone had it. iPhone 14, Dynamic Island, always on display. Android did that already. iPhone 15, interesting. USB-C, who had it? Android. Titanium frame, periscopic zoom, which Android already had. All iPhone was doing what Android would have been having. They quote unquote perfected before they put on their phone. It's just kind of weird. So in other words, the huge majority of iPhone users are either simpletons who think iPhone is the best phone, not really iPhone is more of a mid-range phone. When we will do a show, we will do a severe breakdown between Android and iOS. We'll have that show coming up soon.
David, I think they got the idea. I think you're gonna have a little moment there. I didn't say take over the show,
No, and that's not take over the show. I'm just saying that's what we want because that's the thing they applied to Robotech.
but
They were trying to market it,
if
but
you're serious, you want to do a tech show on this channel on this network, we can have a talk later. Let's get back to our
that's what
scheduled program.
and that's what I'm saying about Robotech. Robotech fall in that same category. Whoever brought the license to have it over here thought they can market it out heavy. The thing I hate about things in the American industry, everything has to be based on toy sale, and I'm mad about that. Everything is toy sale this, toy sale that, toy sale this, toy sale that. There's a lot of great anime class anime cross cartoons that could have been successful here, but they shut it down because they wasn't making money on toy sale. Like, you kidding me? You serious? Tell me you're for real. Look why they dropped the ball. And it said it was over edited. Yeah, yeah, it was edited and they was mixed. It's almost like they mixed match with three different anime and put it under one. And the storyline wasn't really consistent. Like, how you do that?
My personal opinion on the anime on Robotech is the first Macross series was, I think it was the best one personally. The second one was Masters Collection, Master Saga,
Hmm.
something like that.
Hmm.
That the bikes transform. No, the helicopters transform. I thought that sucked, but
It's like
we can't-
it, the thing about a Marquardt, if you want to make it very to present time, it's like you had the hell carrier transform into a robot. You know what I'm referring to, right?
Transformers,
The hell carrier. Where anime that one from?
Robotech again.
The hell carrier is from the Marvel series of the X Men.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, okay,
That
okay.
that huge flying
You threw me
fortress.
off completely. You went completely to the left.
I had to do that because that is the biggest mobile fortress you have in present time. But it is not safe to say they rip off from the anime.
Hmm.
Who first started doing the flying fortress? Robotech slash Marcos. So imagine you had a hell carrier that Tony Stark built for the Agent of Shield, and he decided to, you know what? I'm gonna give you an upgrade without even telling you that you have an upgrade. And your hair carrier will transform into a huge mecha, and you're not even gonna know, but I will know. You know that will piss them off. Like, how in the world you did an upgrade on our ship without telling us that we had this spec built in place? But a head carrier is huge, though. If you think about it, that's like a super carrier that you have in present time that for fighter plane to take off, and that's flying in the air. And you find out it can transform to a giant robot. That would be ridiculous. But that's what Robotech really is, if you think about it. If you would look for the picture of the super carrier of Robotech that they have, even though you have three different modes, imagine that one will apply in the Marvel show, the X Men. Yes, Eric, its fanbase still active. Robotech fanbase still active, but they finally realized Robotech is actually Macross.
It is a fan base, but not a humongous fan base.
Because some of the people who are the fanbase of Robotech, they done their homework. They realize Robotech is actually Macross. Some decide to either hold on to the name, but recognize that Robotech is Macross, but Macross is a better version of Robotech. So they'll still watch Macross, because Macross anime is still going on strong. Robotech, it never got the heavy recognition like Gundam did afterward. Imagine Robotech came here in the 80s, way before Gundam came on the soil. Gundam came here in 1995. Robotech was in the 80s. That's like a good decade. And while Gundam did better here on U.S. soil, Robotech's like, hey, wait up. I made it easy for you to come here. What about me? Oh, really? Thank you. Deuce, it got left behind. But the
I did.
Marcos,
It's a lot of. I still think if they gave Robotech a fair chance, it would have been a great series.
but that same thing applied to Gungrave. Gungrave could have been a great series, but they shit on it. Like I said, whoever took the
Technoman is
license,
another one.
like I'm saying, whoever took the project of Robotech, they didn't do well with it. They didn't think about the ongoing process of making it a household name. And I'm sure that the people who did it and they look back how all these other mech anime were doing bigger and well, they were asking themselves, where did they drop the ball at? What did they do wrong? Why didn't they see they got something they can work with and build it and make it even better? How they could have marketed. Remember what I said, marketing is you come to marketing here, you come to anime class culture in the US, they don't do well because they focus on toy stuff. But
That's all they care about is numbers. And I understand toys help produce videos, but come on now, man.
okay, now let's put it like this. You got an anime called Solo Leveling. There's no toy to it, but there's a manga for it. But the manga sell it goes up higher. Now to the point they even made a game for it. Where the toys? But it's a major hit. They were probably the American industry. Everything's all about toy, 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 toy. If there's no toy, it's not gonna do well. So I was thinking, what if you take this beloved franchise called what do we call it? Oh yeah, Thundercat. Hmm? What if we take the licensing from American industry, give it to the Japanese, get them the whole storyline and everything.
Hang on a second, Dave. Wally, I emailed it to you, bud. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
So imagine you took that franchise, the beloved franchise called Thundercat. Hmm? Take all the material, all the storyline, everything, give it to a Japanese anime company to do it justice and produce the anime far better than they did in the US. And give them the whole storyline manga and everything. Let them do the manga for it. I bet you they're gonna find a good group of people who can do the better justice with Thundercat and make it so beyond iconic that the manga and the storyline fit the criteria first before they do the anime. Because normally they do the manga first before do the anime, or they do the anime and do the manga afterward.
Absolutely.
Either
Listen.
way, they make sure it's done justice.
Well, only thing I can say about this is didn't matter which way came first, manga, anime, or whatever. Some fucker, I mean, some big fucking hairy monkey who has a pubic hair on his chin, who thinks he's a fucking
Genius.
CEO, and who has a very small penis that he needs Viagra to get it up.
God damn.
He fucked it up pretty bad and dropped the ball big time.
Emotional damage.
Say that again.
I said emotional damage. You going in?
Oh, I'm not. I'm going raw, like
Ooh,
Diddy did.
ooh. Pause. Take that. Take that. Take that. I'm serious, but this is something we doing on our show on Wednesday. We call out the bullshit because
And your guys
something.
are gonna go over this soon, so I don't want to
Oh,
go over that much.
no, we'll go over it, but this is what I'm trying to point out because there's too much of dropping on the ball be going on when things done in America.
But the question is, Dave, is it Hasbro or Tochi
Uh,
Animation?
we would like to know. I'll do my hook on that one. We would like to know.
I want to say it's a Hasbro at this point because Toshi Animation is still making Robotech.
They trying to they stick it to the franchise and make sure this is still what it is. Because remember we had this conversation about how Disney is shopping off Star Wars after they don't rape it, did it like Diddy, did all the other stuff, and now they want to sell it after they don't destroy the whole name. Like seriously. Imagine the first people who did that was the one who took the Robotech to the US and they did it dirty, the worst way possible, like you said. And after they don't mess up the whole franchise, they left it behind. This is the cultural phenomenon we have in America. If you don't, if it doesn't sell toys, we don't need it. Um, we got something that sell toy. It called a dildo. It's still selling. I don't think with that one. Yeah, it got. You want to sell toys? No, here's the thing. I know it sound crazy, but that's all Americans don't think about. If you do an anime or you do something and you don't sell no merch, no, hold on. Now that you say toys, General Hospital not no toys, but went many years on daytime TV. At the world turn, have no toys,
ER too.
huh?
ER.
ER, thank you. ER don't have toys, but
Friends.
you friends don't have no toys. Uh, there's
But again,
four.
those shows are not target kids either. So you
Okay, let,
got
okay. Let's look what show that target kids. Uh, Family Guy. Do they have toys?
nobody. The cartoons are stupid, in my opinion.
There's no toy for that, right? Okay. The Simpsons. Do they have toys?
Nope. But they have video games.
Yeah, video game. Okay. Uh,
Hang on a
yeah,
second.
probably.
Wally, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
All right, I want to give you the floor for a minute. I want your opinion about Robotech.
My opinion on Robotech. Now, yeah, honestly, I don't know too much of it. Honestly, I think that was before my time, if I'm not mistaken. But one thing is for sure that as far as from what I've seen, I mean, definitely looks like what another mech anime. Definitely one of those mech animes, which is on like the cuffs of like Gundam in a sense, with their own little style niche. As much as I can really give you right there. I don't really know too much of it.
So, well, I would say I have it the other way around. Robotech came first. They did the whole Jetfire transforming thing.
Well, yeah,
Gundam.
no, I'm not. Well, yeah, I'm not saying exactly like, it's
Uncle Ricky.
exactly the same. Like, like it stole this image from Gundam. It's like I know of Gundam, I just don't know of Robotech. I'm saying it's in the similar format. Yeah, similar figure.
Uncle Ricky, if you want to join us, the link is in the chat, buddy. What do you guys think? A Macross Saga or
It's Macross Saga all the way. And here's the thing. Macross Saga is Japanese. American version was Robotech. But the thing about Robotech, you said it earlier in the show, it was over edit. They had huge hardcover book that kind of hit to each soap opera.
So what you're trying to say is they were the era of these these romance novels before there was even a romance novel. Okay.
Yeah. Because I was asking my kids what cartoon they have out here that said toy. They say they made the word a gumball. I'm like, oh, that dumb cartoon. They have toys. I'm like, oh. Going to ask my kid which cartoon did they watch
I'm
out
actually
here.
surprised SpongeBob doesn't have toys out. How
It
stupid
does
that
have toys.
Yeah,
does?
it does. It
I don't
does.
have
As far as
kids.
I remember they have some type of form of toys. But they sort of throw back. It's not like
Yeah.
they made like continuous like models or anything. But
No.
I mean, I heard a little bit of what y'all saying earlier about every like this is always about toys, and then on the other flip side, like certain people don't have toys. I mean, don't forget. I mean, you mentioned solo leveling, but let's be honest, Leah. Like they won't have a quote unquote a toy, but they will have an action figure. So again, what are we talking about?
Yeah, is America making it or the Japanese are making it?
Either which way.
Okay, that. Okay, that. Because I'm trying to think of anything at the present time that are being aired in the United States. Then again, we don't have much American cartoons. That's what I say. You got Simpsons, you got Family Guy, yeah, American Dad.
But all those you were mentioning, they're
Yeah,
not target for kids, David.
and okay. What about American World Gumball? That's the kid version. They got some toys. Um, you just
Like
have to care. You just have to care Bear back in the day. You
I
just have
mean,
Care
if
Bear toy.
you want to go back to something that's kids, I mean, the common sense, it's like Marvel and DC. Those are the quickest toy kids ever.
Thank you, Eric. I agree with you. SpongeBob is freaking annoying.
I hate that cartoon. It's fucking stupid. It should be banned.
What? But they got all type of merch for that. Some are toys, some are bags, some are pillow-like nonsense. I'm like, really? Okay, Pokemon. Pokemon belong to the Japanese, not American, but they liking that one. Yeah, they're still going hard right now. You have the game called Pokemon Go, which is now on the phone, and that's just making the money for them for America.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other cartoon on American side of things that is doing well with toy sales. Oh, you got Lego. You got Lego animes or cartoon or called computer CDI version of it. Ninjago, well, whatever you want to call it. They got the game, they got the toy. At least it's surviving. Um,
I forgot
I'm
which
not.
one this was. But what is it? When Baynetric was out, it was something.
Which one?
Just Baynetric and Baynetric.
Hmm, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Give you another example because toys doesn't sell. It was a kids show that ran for years. It was the most annoying show in my goddamn opinion,
Uh
but was a
oh.
hit. Barney.
The fuck?
Okay, Bonnie had the pillow-like toys, the plush toy
They had
that
toys. I don't remember that.
you put on the body, you put the body. You're like, I love you, you
Fuck
love
you.
me.
Fuck you.
You've reached
That
your
shit
limit
don't
on
work,
talking.
please.
Shut the fuck up.
That's what the merch was selling. It was a huge,
Yeah. This one I'm talking about, David Baynetric.
yeah,
Oh, I
bionicle
remember this.
show. The
Yeah.
bionicle, yeah,
Yeah, Baynetric Chronicles.
yeah, but it only lasted for a certain period of time.
I mean, yeah, but it was out there when it was. So.
It was. I know it was. Sesame Tree had toys.
Don't remind me. Tickle me, goddamn fucking ammo. Listen to me right now. If anybody sends me a tickle me fucking ammo as a fucking April Fool joke, I
Oh
swear to
wow!
fucking God, I will shove the tickle me ammo up your ass like Vince McMahon shoved his little cock up somebody's ass.
Oh, pause.
I hated that fucking toy with a goddamn passion. And I still fucking hate it. I put it through a garbage disposal 3 times. And the fucking thing can't come back alive. Go,
Here's the funny thing. DuckTale, another cartoon that catered to kids, used to have toys. They didn't do so well from
Said
Disney side of things.
DuckTale?
Yeah, and
I never heard of DuckTale. I heard of Dragon Tales, but I haven't never heard
But
of
DuckTales was a huge thing back in the 80s. And I think they did a
it,
respawn
it
lately.
was used in the 80s, then toward to the early 90s. And they came back and did a reboot of it. But they had DuckTale, they had a spin-off called Darkwing Duck, and some other robot
Okay, I
like,
know that. I heard of that one.
I mean, something like robot like version of Robocop of that version cartoon on the side of
Oh, Duck, Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck, yeah. They had a toy sale, but wasn't all that great. Um, you
Back
had
in the day, David. Back in the day.
Tailspin, toy franchise only lasted for a short period of time, and it went
Hang on
downhill.
a second. Back in the day, in the 90s, at least, I remember when I was a little Spartan, and the toys that everybody went after was, you ready for this? Batman and Ninja Turtles.
All
Then Power Rangers came in effect, and then when like Power Ranger Crazy Land, you couldn't keep them on the fucking shelves if you pay somebody.
Okay, let's get on that thing. Power Ranger was kid focused, but wasn't cartoon. Was live action. You get that. But Power Ranger was the American version of the Japanese original version. That's one. Ninja Turtle is an on and off type of relationship.
David, time out 1 second. Eric, you continue talking about this shit, I'm gonna block your ass, fucker.
It is.
I hope you choke on something, both of you fuckers. I hope you choke on pubic hairs.
Hey, look here. Cookie Monster was the only non-kid person in the whole damn Sesame Street. Think about what the definition of Cookie Monster
Hang on
stands
a
for.
second. Hang on. Lady, no, Laura, no,
That's not a pause. That's a good
hey,
thing.
shut up down there for a minute.
It's great.
I did highlight your comment. I'm not gonna do you dirty girl like that. I always highlight your comment. So you guys saw that, right? I highlighted her saying
You
hi.
did.
I think
I'm
you did
offended.
it in passing.
But here's the thing: a lot of these kids shows didn't do so well with the toys. Ninja Turtle is an on and off relationship type of style thing going on, which is very ironically funny. The Ninja Turtle was hitting off heavy in the '90s, then went down. They came back up again to the 2000s. They went down. Like, it's like for some kind of reason, the Ninja Turtle franchise, it's like we love you, we hate you kind of moment we have. Power Ranger, the same thing. We love you, we hate you kind of thing. It was like it's
Herman's
mixed
been on
reviews.
a high since everything came out. Let's be honest here.
I get it, but that's what I'm trying to point out. Like anything kid related program in America, it's always had a hidden agenda. How much money can we master off on the merchandise? And it got to the point whereby the only network that actually aired some good cartoon back then was Toonami, aka Cartoon Network. But lately,
Absolutely, I'm not denying that one bit. I agree 100%.
it have been putting a lot of garbage there.
Toonami still around?
Cartoon Network's still around.
No,
Toonami is
Toonami. I
still
said
around. But here's
I
the
don't
problem
have
with
cable.
Toonami. Toonami is losing its airtime because
I thought
Crunchy.
Toonami actually ended years ago.
I don't think so. I think Toonami
I
still
think
exists.
so.
I
I'm
wouldn't.
gonna look it up.
Toonami's still going on weekends, but it's not like it used to be, I believe.
It isn't what it used to be.
Cartoon Network is just putting a lot of garbage out there, to be honest with you.
As always.
Because lately, there have been a huge migration of people walking away from Cartoon Network, walking away from Disney. They're subscribing to Crunchyroll to watch the anime, which is a unique paywall system in place. Or they go straight to Netflix, because Netflix is now becoming
Oh
the
shit,
next.
you're right, David. It still airs on Sunday nights, no Saturday nights tonight at
Hmm.
midnight to 3 a.m.
Hmm.
But it actually technically ended their hiatus, the good stuff, back in '08.
Bingo.
And that's on Wikipedia, believe it or not. Holy shit. They were right for once.
So, like I said, they need to help for a lot of viewers, but they lost a lot of viewers because they keep putting a lot of garbage. It's not the same no more. Here's the thing: the cartoon. Remember, I was saying it, Wally. The cartoon industry is losing heavily to the anime industry by a huge margin because everything about cartoon here is toy stuff. So when we talk about Robotech, Robotech formed victim to that.
You know what's my problem with the toys now these days, bro? To be honest with you, because you're a great grandfather and a
It,
father. Hang on, hear me out.
okay, go ahead.
They're cheap as fuck. You turn it a little to the left, a little to the right. You spin into the hokey po. Oh shit, it broke.
The quality.
Oh, it's horrible quality.
That's why I want to do a show about that too. But the toy stuff, like good perfect example is the Beyblade franchise. The Beyblade franchise hit it heavy the most with the Beyblade Burst series, and they trying to do heavy on the toy stuff on that side. But we had two Japanese kids who were heavy on the reviews on that particular franchise that they came to the US. And oh, hold on. I remember the original G.I. Joe, yes. I remember the multiple licensing that Mego. Oh, Mego had for Marvel, DC, Planet. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of license. Sheesh. So they're milking it. So imagine these two Japanese guys were doing the toy reviews, between the Japanese version of the Beyblade and compared to the American version of the Beyblade. And they were showing the stark difference and the quality. which is a big deal. When you look at American quality Beyblade and compared to the Japanese quality Beyblade, you know that Japanese quality Beyblade surpassed American toy manufacturing night and day. And these things are spin top that when you spin it with its launcher, they do
Yeah, I
battle.
remember those. They were popular back in early 2000s, was it, I think? Or
And
late
it's
2010s?
still popular. It's still popular now, but it's
Really?
more so. Yeah, it's still popular now, but more so on a Japanese seller thing, not on American seller thing. I will. I will have to show you right here. Thank
Oh,
God it's
boy.
next to me. The Japanese version that is pretty much these are Japanese quality Beyblades. Very unique. And you break it apart, you go into different pieces. Get another one.
Why the hell do you have them?
It's iconic. Compared to American version, this one break apart. You can mix and match them, different piece. The American piece, you can't do that in some of them. Some it's like they manufacture on purpose to be together one piece, and it go against what they say they will do.
It's not on
Japan.
purpose. They want you to buy multiple.
I got a good collection right here. These are all Japanese.
David, we definitely gotta get you a man.
Yeah.
And the thing
But
that the
Wally's
fact,
single.
Go fuck
haha, very
yourself.
funny. Uh, haha. You reach your limit of talking. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm the only one who's allowed to do that. So here you go, David.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
But seriously, when it comes to Japanese quality, I'm a big fan of that. Because think about this, bro. The same thing applied to Gunpla. When you're buying a Gunpla, you're not gonna buy the American version, you'll buy the Japanese version because the quality says a lot, which is a big deal. So imagine if you were to go somewhere and buy a real good quality of Robotech. You had to look at the Japanese website and see that they have it. That had a proper build quality of it that you can have on your shelf. Because lately the Gunpla franchise is going heavy strong. 'Cause remember they had different grade level. The higher the grade is, the more costly it become, and the detail and the quality of it to the point whereby if you have like a shelf or a man cave, you can put it together, put in the shelf, having a unique light flashing on
Bro,
a
look
certain
at
angle.
Legos these days.
Lego is not going nowhere.
Oh, that's my point. Legos is a fucking multi-billion-dollar operation now.
Lego survived the test of time.
I'm surprised, to be honest with
And because they have a proper marketing team. Remember that I said
you.
it's how you market it.
Not only that, some of these Legos you need a PhD and a doctorate degree to put the damn things together. Give you an example. I was bored, so I ordered a Lego set for myself. Like, let me do this; it'll be fun, right? Over the summer. Well, let's say the fucking thing ended up in the garbage after I smashed it 3 times.
You put a Lego set for yourself and you smash it. Damn.
It was the the Iron Man gauntlet. In the end, he gets all the rings, and it was one piece. Every time I put it together, it fell over, and I had to redo it again. Put it back together again. I'm like, I think I had a defective piece or some shit like that. But after the 20th time, I go, I'll take care of you. Hammer time, bitch. Yeah, I just had enough of it.
I think the best Lego collection to get is the one on the building series because the building series stay together properly than that of the anime slash movie series because the way Lego was properly marketed is a childhood thing. This thing have been here since the 80s. But the team they had did it justice because they know what they were aiming for. And they understood how some of these marketing franchise of other brand don't do too well with it, so they decide to stick to what they know best and think what's best for the company and best for their products. To now, if you talk about Lego as a franchise, Lego is not only iconic in the US, it's iconic globally speaking. Plus, you have different branches of the area of Lego that it makes its money. You have Lego Robotics that cater to the people who are into robotic engineering, which is uniquely cool. You got Lego building whereby you could build iconic buildings that you see around the globe. Those one, when you put it together and you're done, you have to be careful to put it in your shelf so you can have like a display. Some even went further to have Lego build something to build the Titanic. You know how hard it is to put the Titanic Lego piece together? You know how much pizza that is? So give Lego and its franchise credit. Yeah, bare basic, yeah. It got better and better. Oh, and they stick to their plan and they stick to their the original vision they had.
And
There's a lot.
the other one that they also make a lot of money is individual pieces. Let's say a piece broke or you lost a piece.
Mhm.
Guess what? They will have a piece for $1, $2, even $5, and some of them will be up to $20.
Customer service was key. The thing about Lego, they stand the test of time. You know how many decade that is?
Dude, you have a Lego store in New York around the corner from your house.
No, I mean not in Manhattan. That's the
You know what I
Brooklyn.
meant.
I know. It's more so on the Manhattan side of thing than on the Brooklyn side of thing. One time you to
That's my
have a
point.
huge you to have a huge Lego store, you just walk in and you're like, God damn, you find everything from the good old days Lego to present time Lego. You're like, okay, this is what it is.
Dude,
One time
some of them Legos go up to like $500-$600 easily on the low end.
that because the how do you put it? The value of Lego is like a stock market. You cannot compete with that one. And anything that came from the 80s that survived and doing very, very well, Lego is number one on the list. So many other competition died before it can reach the 90s. Some survived into the 90s and they don't die out afterward. Ninja Turtle is one of the one that it come and go. Remember I said it's a love and hate relationship. Power Ranger, love and hate relationship. Even though it's based on mecha. Robotech, Gundam took over the spotlight for them. But mind you what I said, Robotech came here in the 80s. Gundam, the first one that came in here was Gundam, Mobile 2 Gundam Wing came in 1995. And once they broke the door in, technically when they opened the door, they slammed the door on Robotech's face. So I know you broke the door in for us, but this way you die off. We take over here. Right now in present market space, they barely any space for Robotech to survive. Let's be real. Not in the American industry of toy sale, because Gundam, you want to call Gunpla, that's the actual name for the merchandise, they're constantly improving. Oh, I remember that one, Eric. You lose one Lego piece, and it's on the floor, and the parents step on that thing. You get reach your limit of talking, not get your ass whooped. I'm telling you, no parent like to step on any Lego piece on the floor with their bare feet. And that thing, Lego piece is built solid because when you step on it, that thing, it stings. It's funny how even I hate to say that you see this on Ghost of Sparta in wrestling. They throw Lego pieces on the canvas and slam people on it.
Oh, yeah, I'd seen that shit, bro. Those fucking hurt. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
The old Lego they were built with quality.
Quality of my fucking ass. It fucking hurts. Imagine you getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Mind your own business. Whatever. Next thing you know, you're walking down the hall. Ah, motherfucker!
That's where Lego saying we built to last, nigga. You know you step on us.
David, you know my rules.
Sorry,
What's that?
I'm just
You know what I'm
saying
talking
that
about.
that was no cursing. I was saying Lego.
Not the
That was
curse,
Lego.
the word he used.
I know. Sorry, my bad.
You're good.
What I was saying is this: the way Lego was built, it was built in a way where like when you step on it, that's the first thing came to your mind. Lego trying to let you know we built to stay, so we ain't going nowhere. So when you're a parent and you step on it without even seeing it in the middle of the night, there's no filter. You saying now it's funny. If you're Spanish, whenever they hit in Spanish, you get a lot of bleep 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 bleep. If you're Russian, you step on it, a lot of curse words come out with bleep 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 bleep. You're Puerto Rican, no difference. You're Chinese, it's no different.
Hey,
All
yeah.
all type of curse word of all multiple languages. They step on a Lego by accident in the middle of the night. It get it do. Am I wrong, Wally?
No, that's why I said, hey,
Imagine if you want to prove the quality of Lego and you have every parents waking up in the middle of the night in different language, step on a Lego by and start cursing in their language. And you say, that's why we last this long. You know how many parents will look at it like, you know what, F you, but it's funny as hell. Oh, really? Klingonese? Nah, I don't know. I want to say Klingonese cursing now. They won't curse on a laser. They will zap it with their laser. Yo, but seriously, this is one of the main issue about all the iconic cartoon or slash anime that have been licensed but in the early '80s that either survived barely or died out. Robotech could have done well if they did not change the name and stick to the name of it, called a Marco, which is actually what it was, and be consistent with it. That's one of these animes that the Japanese found out that naming they did Robotech, they weren't going to do well, so they stick to their name Marcos and continue with the franchise to the present time. Robotech was almost forgotten. Only maybe those who watched it back then remember what it was. They didn't watch the early one. They didn't watch the one that came out later on. Now there's another anime that could have come back to, but I think it's almost. Hmm, I think Robotech took an idea from it. It's called Thunder Sub, based on a carrier. Shoot like carrier version of it. Because this one with the anime that whereby the carrier go on water, it goes on sea. No, it goes on sea, go in air and in space. The Robotech carrier is always on air. It can go on water and it go in space. Different in those two, the Robotech super carrier can transform. Thunderstop couldn't. And that's an old iconic anime back then. We might do a show about that, but the show might not be long because not many people can remember it.
hold up. See, wrong. You said Robotech was before Gundam, right?
Robotech came to America what year?
No, but just in general, I'm talking about overall. You said Robotech became
No,
before Gundam?
I talk about coming here in the U.S. on in the American soil.
Okay, because I was about to say, because Gundam was actually before Robotech.
Yes, it was 1929. But the first Gundam made to the West in 1995 through Mobile Gundam Wing. But I mentioned that part.
Yeah, well, that's
Robotech
what I was
came.
saying. When I mentioned my comparison, that's why I was like, wait a minute.
I know Robotech came into America back in the 1980s, but they lost to Transformers due to toy marketing. So yeah, they had three different modes, but you had two
AKA
variations.
yes cells.
And Transformer, we all know, is easily to to brainwash kids to force their parents to spend their money. You can get a transformer in boat, car, jeep, gun, Volkswagen Beetle, 18 wheeler.
All right, David. We're getting towards the end right now. Let's get your final thoughts in, and let's hit the sack.
Final thought. Robotech is one of the first mecha anime that opened the door for many mecha anime to come to America and make an impact. It could have done well, but it had the wrong team, wrong marketing team, wrong production team, and wrong group of writers. They don't know what they had in their hand. They had a huge diamond in the rough, and they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball so bad they kind of like gave us, okay, that's the end of it. We make our little money, we go about our separate ways. Now realize the original virgin look at them like, man, you don't know what you have, and they showed them you gotta make mad money doing this way. This is why we need to be careful with these American industry buying license for anime and trying to rename it, thinking they gonna work that. Now it's not working that way for them no more. They realize the hard way. You stick to the name. No more remarketing. They're doing some re-editing like Power Ranger. Power Ranger do a lot of re-editing. The original Power Ranger in Japan is not the same like the Power Ranger over here. They're huge difference. If you start to do your homework, you start to see what I'm talking. That's why I say the American industry, uh, media is pure garbage. Robotech suffer the consequences of that. That's my final thought.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is one thing I will have to say, just to be fair, because I think we're missing the very much important idea of this. As much as American do their adaptations of Japanese animes, the only one thing I could say is we don't know what's a part of those licensing deals. We don't know how far they can market, how far they can use it. All I know is I guaranteedly enough would think Japanese will let you do a TV show, but they will not let you do anything else further. AKA meaning if you were to do a versionary of an American animation of comic book entry, and whatever other merchandise which you wouldn't do further since. I think all that's tied up on their end. You're only going to get this far. I think that's in most cases you're going to get this far. And we need to understand that. We do not know what the licensing deal is. We do not know how far that licensing deal goes. You just get this far. And the reality is this is how far it goes. I won't say this is a ding. It's just this is what happens when you just give Americans your TV show and I want to say TV show. Your manga / whatever entry they got into the whole feel of things, and then you just sit back and you just be like, son of a bitch. That's my closing thoughts.
Thank you. Well, I like that.
So both the guys are right. Robotech should have been a lot more than it was, but it wasn't. And that left a sour taste in my mouth. I think it should have a comeback. But time will tell. Let's do a schedule update and go from there. Tomorrow on the Gray Area, me and Paul will be talking about one of my favorite beverages in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. Coffee. I love me some coffee. And
Mad TV did a joke about that. Your favorite episode tomorrow, coffee.
yeah, we do it better. On Wednesday, the boys will be talking about Trigon. Have fun with that one. You guys are going to need it. So, and on Thursday, ready, David? You get warmed up because this is the topic is just for you. Stepped out versus real dad. The fuck, man? What did I say? What did I say this time?
The topic.
Kiss my hairy Greek shiny ass.
You reach the limit of talking. Shut the fuck up.
And next week on the Hangout, we'll be talking about Mask, Hero in Disguise.
Oh boy, another franchise that got hurt.
Yeah, I don't think that was anime. That was American, wasn't it?
It was American cartoon / anime. Remember we talked about it before. There's a lot of cartoon made in the 80s were done by Japanese animators.
All right. So, in final thoughts, David, you got something else?
For this Wednesday, we plan to go in on Trigon because not only the iconic franchise, it went to another reboot.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh, did it really? It went to reboot? Say it ain't so. Say
yeah, it
it
did.
ain't
I
so.
didn't get a chance to watch. I'm gonna watch it this weekend tonight. Tonight,
Where is it on? I want to watch that shit after finish watching Attack on Titan.
there's a couple of anime websites they have, but they never put on Cartoon Network. But the reboot, I think somebody was talking about we know why they did the reboot because it was so iconic. They thought that if they did a reboot, we might get a better audience, so to speak. So they're working on the season 2.
Huh. Okay. We'll talk after our show is over. Wally, last thoughts, comments, or hold your peace till you're married again.
Ooh. Poetic justice, yeah. Okay.
Nope. Okay. Guys, as always, I am Ghost of Sparta. He is CBN, Tech Talk, Black David, Bear Paul, Little Groot, Big Groot, the most intelligent, not smartest man in the world. In the bottom here, we have Wally, my man, the anime legend himself. I'm trying to up you
I'm
up.
not that much of a legend. Let's just
Yeah,
say I'm an apprentice.
Okay,
Say
you
that.
just demoted yourself, fucker.
Hey, I'm better off that way. Better to be
I
honest than to
am
be faced.
I am Ghost of Sparta, aka Peter. As always, thank you for coming. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. As always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.